Hey guys, it's Alex for StudioBinder again, and this time we'll be talking in a general sense about the anatomy of a call sheet. What should be on it, what it actually does, why you need one. Every single call sheet needs to have, obviously, number one, the name of the production. It's got to have the name of the production, it's got to have the date of the shoot, and then it needs to have what day of the shoot you're on. Also on the top of the call sheet is going to be the major contact info, like who's the director, who's the producer, who's the UPM, the production coordinator, the assistant directors. All of that will be on the top part of the call sheet so that if you do have a question and you do need to talk to somebody, this is who you should be calling. Somewhere up there is going to be the weather. You're going to have, sunrise, sunset, the temperature, whether or not it's supposed to rain. If there's notes about parking, there's usually a place where you can have that in there. Like, okay, location's here, but you actually have to park over there. Next to that, there's usually a section that says location. This will tell you where you're going. It will be the address of the location. If there's more than one location, they'll be numbered. It'll say location 1, location 2, location 3. They'll all have their own little address. And then there's an area that gets used for a lot of various things. It can either be for special props that need to happen if you're doing a stunt or an effect, or there's just general notes for the production as a whole, like there are going to be places you shoot in where smoking is absolutely not allowed. You need to know things like it's a closed set. Nobody can just wander in and visit or drop off your keys, any of that stuff. If it's a closed set, that means it's a closed set. You also need to make that kind of stuff very prominent. The next biggest chunk that you're going to get is going to be what you're actually doing for the day. Whether it's a commercial or a feature or whatever, there's going to be a little breakdown. It's going to tell you a description of the scene, if it's a day or a night shot, how long it is in the page count, which gives you a good guess of how long it's going to take to film it, and who's actually in it. Which talent are in it, do you need special props or whatever. All that'll be contained in this one little strip of a description. And you'll have a whole bunch of those just stacked up, and then at the bottom of that, we add up the pages so you know the total page count for the day. There's also going to be, based on the production, if you're doing multiple meals or meals at different locations, all that information gets contained on there. It'll tell you what time meal is going to be, because meal is 6 hours from general crew call, always. After we do all the scene breakdown, there will be a little section for the talent that's coming in for the day. They all have their own individual numbers usually, and then they'll have their real name and their character name, and then it will say what time they're supposed to come to set, and if they have any specific notes, like go to location 1, go to location 2, that'll all be in their little section. Below them, there's usually one for background talent. If you have any, they get their own little specific area for that. Also on the top of your call sheet, and it should be very obvious, and this is something that always has to be there regardless of what you're doing, you have to know where the nearest hospital is. Even if you have multiple locations, if you have to put multiple hospitals on there because your locations are very far apart, you have to do it. And it has to be the nearest hospital with an emergency center. It cannot just be the local clinic. It can't be the oncology ward. It has to be a full-on hospital with an emergency center, because the only reason you're going to be looking this up is because you have an emergency. Something else that can go in the notes of your call sheet is the walkie channels. They vary by production, who's using what, and it's always a good idea to have it on there somewhere. It's also something that people who maybe aren't very comfortable yet with their walkie, they haven't had a lot of experience, they can reference it and they know I have to go to this channel to talk to these people.